In the night they crawl and play, causing trouble, disturbing your day. Tiny riders in the gut, who are they? Take a cut, what am I? Enterobius vermicularis, commonly known as the pinworm, is a small nematode parasite measuring about 8 to 13 mm in length. It was first described in 1788 by the German zoologist Johann Friedrich M.S. Gauss. Pinworms primarily inhabit the intestines of humans, especially in children, and are transmitted through the fecal-oral route. They are particularly found in crowded living conditions, such as daycares and schools. The female pinworm lays her eggs around the anus and night, causing itching and discomfort. This life cycle facilitates easy reinfection, illustrating its adaptability to human habitat and the challenges of eradicating it. I creep unseen, await my call. In you I thrive, yet cause dismay. What am I? Guess don't delay. Ancylostoma duodenale, commonly known as the hookworm, was first described in 1838 by German physician Friedrich August von Zenker. This parasitic nematode typically measures around 8 to 13 mm in length. It was identified in the intestines of humans and thrives in warm, moist tropical regions, particularly in areas with poor sanitation, where infected soil can transmit the larvae. The story of A. duodenale highlights the challenges posed by hookworm infections, which contribute to anemia and malnutrition, particularly in developing countries. Its life cycle involves residing in the human intestines and being shed in feces, perpetuating its transmission in vulnerable populations. In soil or stool, I'm small and sly, coughing and itch, I crawl nearby. Who am I? Give it try. Triolades steocoralis, also known as threadworm, is a parasitic nematode measuring approximately 2 to 13 mm in length. It was first described by the German zoologist Friedrich W. Stiles in 1901. Found predominantly in tropical and subtropical regions, its life cycle predominantly occurs in human hosts residing in the intestine. Threadworms thrive in warm, moist environments, often transmitted through contaminated soil or direct contact with infected feces. In its habitat, larvae penetrate the skin or are ingested, leading to infection. This parasite is notable for its auto-infective life cycle, allowing it to persist in hosts, contributing to its prevalence worldwide. In soil, I hide with eggs so small. In tummies, I grow causing problems for all. What am I? Ascaris lumbricoides, the giant round worm, was first described by the German physician Johann Friedrich Blumenbach in 1777. This parasitic nematode can reach length of 50 to 35 centimeters, about 6 to 14 inches in adults. It primarily inhabits the human intestine, thriving in areas with poor sanitation. The eggs, measuring approximately 45 by 35 micrometers, are resilient and can survive in soil for years. Ascaris lumbricoides is transmitted through contaminated food and water, illustrating the importance of hygiene in prevention. The worm's life cycle highlights the connection between human health and the environment, underscoring the need for improved sanitation to combat parasitic infection. In the liver, I recite a flag with a wily side. Through tough conditions, I will thrive. In muddy waters, I survive. Facilia hepatica, commonly known as the liver fluke, is a parasitic flatworm measuring about 2.5 to 5 cm in length and 1 to 2 cm in width. It was first described in 1758 by the Swedish zoologist Carl Linnaeus. This fluke is typically found in the livers of various mammals, including cattle and sheep, residing in freshwater environments where its intermediate host, freshwater snails, thrive. The life cycle involves the release of eggs in the host's bile ducts, which then hatch in water. These flux impact livestock health, leading to economic losses in agriculture, particularly in pastoral farming regions. In fish waters I make my home, in blood I wander, no need to roam. Causing illness, I am cute sly. What am I? Give it a try. Histosoma mansoni, a species of blood fluke, was first described in 1902 by Brazilian physician Carlos Chagan. These parasitic worms can reach up to 20 millimeters in length. They inhabit the blood vessels of the intestines, where they lay eggs that can cause schistosomiasis, a disease affecting millions worldwide. Historically, as Mansonia was discovered in regions of Africa and South America, where snails serve as intermediate hosts. The complex life cycle begins with larvae penetrating human skin in contaminated water, leading to significant public health concerns in endemic areas. Control efforts focus on sanitation and education about prevention. In a pig I hide so sly, in your gut I thrive, oh my, what am I, lurking nigh? Tinasaleum, commonly known as the pork tapeworm, can grow up to 8 meters 26 feet in length and is part of the Cestoda class. It was first described in 1758 by Carl Linnaeus, who catalogued various organisms in his influential work. The tapeworm is primarily found in regions where humans consume undercooked pork, particularly in parts of Africa, Asia, and Latin America. It thrives in the intestines of its host, where it absorbs nutrients from the host's gut. This parasitic lifestyle has significant health implications, as it can cause cysticercosis, a serious condition affecting the brain and other tissues. In cattle I dwell, long and cute sly, with segments to spare I stretch to the sky. What am I? Tinea saginata, or the beef tapeworm, was first described in the early 19th century. It can grow up to 10 meters 33 feet in length with an average height of 5–10 millimeters. Found primarily in the intestines of humans, it originates from consuming undercooked beef contaminated with the larvae, often found in cattle. The life cycle begins when cattle ingest egg capsules from contaminated feed or water. The larvae then develop in the cattle's muscles. Humans become infected when they consume improperly cooked meat, resulting in a parasitic relationship that can lead to significant health issues if untreated. In waters deep, I dwell unseen. We fish as hosts, I'm long and lean. What am I? Lurking between? Diphyllobaterum latum, commonly known as the fish tapeworm, is one of the longest tapeworms, reaching lengths of up to 10 meters, 32 feet or more. It was first described scientifically in 1758 by Carl Linnaeus. The parasite is typically found in freshwater fish in regions including the Northern Hemisphere and some parts of South America. Humans can become infected by consuming undercooked or raw infected fish. The life cycle of D. latum involves freshwater crustaceans and fish as intermediate hosts thriving in cool aquatic habitats. Presence reflects the ecological balance of freshwater ecosystems and human dietary practices. I swim in fish, long and thin, in God's eye thrive, a hidden scene. What am I? Guess within. Echinococcus granulosus, or the hided worm, is a small tapeworm measuring about 3 to 6 millimeters in length. It was first described in 1783 by the Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus. E. granulosus primarily infects canines, particularly domestic dogs, serving as its definitive host. Its larval stage form hydatid cysts in the liver and lungs of intermediate hosts, like sheep, cattle, and humans. This parasite thrives in environments where humans and livestock cohabited, often in rural areas. Transmission occurs through injection of eggs from contaminated food or water, posing significant public health challenges, particularly in endemic regions.